it should be.
That's correct.
Was it like this? Just first
No,
two?
it was not. It was not like that. See, this is 5 finger represent 5 elements, right? Okay. So this is fire. Thumb is fire.
Yeah.
And then this is air. Pointing finger is air.
Yeah.
Middle finger is space.
Okay.
And ring finger is earth. And little finger, this is water. Okay. Yeah. So what to reduce the weight, what we need to do is the earth element, which is a ring finger, to be pressed with the fire element like this.
Yes.
Okay. In this mudra, you do a jogging, running, or just normal exercise. It will burn the calorie much faster.
Okay. Yeah, I could not recall, so I thought rather than going through the videos, I'll ask you.
Yeah. So remember the logic. You need to press earth element with fire element to burn. Okay. Yeah. So that's the logic. So accordingly, choose the fingers. So you have to press with the fire element. The earth element we press with the fire element.
Okay. Thank you, RPA.
All right. God bless you.
Guruji, pranam.
Pranam Kundan. All right. I think it is 8:10 now in India. I will start our learning session. So today already Diwali is over, and next I'm just informing you next full moon day which is coming, which is Kartik Purnima. So it will be, I think, moon actual Purnima evening will be 29th night, and 30th morning will be that. So this Kartik Purnima is Mahavatar Babaji's birthday, is the Tithi, the moon cycle, because there is no link to any English calendar. So we follow the Kartik Purnima as a Tithi of Babaji's birthday. We are also planning to celebrate in Dubai about Babaji's birthday. I'm just informing. So that day, it is we recommend to have full moon meditation. It should be on 29th night. As per local your moonrise time. So please plan for that. As full moon meditation, it will be, we take Babaji's blessings on his birthday. I'm just informing you in advance so that you can plan accordingly. So that full moon meditation. So we'll see if we can make the Dubai part, whatever we will be doing in the evening of Dubai, which will be late evening in India, and maybe early morning in the US. But we'll see if we can just do like this kind of Google Meet with direct link. If anyone is interested, you can join then in. So just that is the information only. So now we'll go into our today's this topic of discussion. We are continuing still the attitude and qualities that we develop on our spiritual path. Then this is, as I explained earlier, it's quite a big list, but I'm going into little more detail so that understanding is clear. If I read the list, you will forget after a few days. So, but understanding that remains. Once we understood, then no need to read and things and again and again. So it is understood. It's over. So that is why I have decided to go into this attitude, this detail. How many points is not important. Importance is the understanding, and that is why it is made interactive so that you can ask question, any kind of doubt or any kind of things you feel that you share. Then once understanding is clear, then we'll move on. So for this particular topic, I decided to go a little slow on that rather than covering many items and give a big list and things like that. Okay. So first, just to remind whatever attitudes already we covered in last 2 weeks. I'm just reading now. It is only the recapitulation. These are not topic of today, but then I will move on. We have discussed about attitude of friendliness with uncertainty, then attitude of patience and tolerance, then attitude of love and compassion, attitude of creativity, and attitude of gratitude, attitude of service, attitude of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino, or love all, serve all. So this particular attitude that we already covered and last 2 weeks. So today's first topic is attitude of appropriateness. This this appropriateness is very deep in meaning. Hello, Arav.
Hello.
God bless you. God bless you. So this appropriateness, it is, of course, it is relative because appropriateness comes from our understanding. So if we do not understand something, we cannot be appropriate. Like we have from our childhood onwards, we learned about appropriateness from our parents or our social. They're mainly their appropriateness about our social aspect, like how we can fit into our social structure, what is to say, what is not to say, or when to talk, when not to talk. People say when elders are talking, don't talk. These kind of things, these kind of rules we have been given, like that appropriateness teaching from our parents. Then slowly we learn in the educational system. We have been learned about this appropriateness, that what to do, what to not to do, what to say or not to say in the classes and things like that. But mostly, whatever we have learned, those are social appropriateness. It is, but there is something called global appropriateness. Like if you go into the higher level of awareness, then you should be knowing the appropriateness, then when to say, how much to say, when to act, how much to act, and what to take responsibility, what to not to take. Not to take responsibility means it is none of your responsibility. Those unnecessarily we get into something which we are not supposed to. So those assessments, that grows when your spiritual awareness increases. Then you understand that that what is what action is appropriate or measured and fit for that particular situation. And when the spiritual awareness grows, I'm trying to explain, because these things is difficult to pinpoint. So I'm just trying to move around so that you get the essence of what I'm trying to say. We socially, whatever we learn, most of the thing in the higher level, that doesn't exist there. Okay, we realize the truth, but it is also fact that many people, they don't accept the truth. They don't like to get the truth. Maybe something is bitter truth, but whether bitter is not, that is something different. So, but they cannot face the truth, to be honest, because there a different kind of play happens, ego play happens and things like that. So on the spiritual journey, even though then you slowly get detached and get rid of your ego, so you are no longer controlled by ego, but other people, they do have the egos. So you need to have appropriately say something so that other people ego doesn't get hurt. Because if their ego comes into play, then further progress of the other person will not happen. They will not get it. Just for example, I was, maybe I think I was telling other day. Suppose you make some spiritual master make some statement which appeared to be political, but because the political statement, the people they don't like him, and they will not get any knowledge from him. See, what is happening here is that uh, this the knowledge is coming from the Guru Tattva. It is coming. It's not the person. It is coming from the higher sources. This spiritual knowledge. It is not a personally owned by the person or the guru or guide, but the master. Because the master is in a physical body, he may have some view on something. Okay, but because of the political view of some, it's nothing wrong. I'm not saying right and wrong here. I'm saying how it happens. They may say something but other people will not like. Because they don't like, they will stop receiving the Guru Tattva which is flowing through him. So ultimately, the seeker will not get benefit of that knowledge. Okay. Suppose if I say I like Modi, and some they don't like Modi. So they no, you can he is a Modi Bhakt. I cannot follow him. Okay. You got my point. So these things. So then that is why the masters, they are aware of it and they are careful. Even choosing words, and particularly so that it doesn't create any situation where unnecessarily these are actually noise. This is not really necessary, but it happens because there's difference in awareness level that creates the issue. Okay. See, this appropriateness we learn, you know or that what to do. It is not about the justification that whether we can say or not to say. It is not about argumentative thing. Hmm. So that's why it is going to the root of it and make it corrected. And because the spiritual the masters, their job is to annihilate ego of the seeker ultimately. So they try all this method. Last year nothing happens, then the hammer comes and then it goes. But that is the last resort. Hmm. Because if the ego doesn't go, at the end of it the ego has been thrashed by the guru. That is there. It happened. Uh, Physically guru has slapped somebody, and it that make the change instantly happen. you know it is not that the guru wanted to punish the disciple, because that is the only method left to do that, finally, to kick that ego. But anyway, what I'm saying is mostly those things are avoided, because this appropriateness comes if you see that most of the things have been said non-personal basis. I'm saying that how this appropriateness works. If you make it non-personal, then people ego will not get hurt. And that is why the the direct instruction is not given. You do this, you don't do this. And that is why that you might have seen we avoid discussing progress, who is how much level, who is bigger, who is lower, who is. Only thing what we do, we just encourage to share. Okay, suppose I have to give you a message, I share my story. So you get it. You get the understanding of it without touching the ego part of it. Ego doesn't come into the play because I'm sharing my story. I can share any amount of story. I have given multiple times about story of my alcoholism and how it affected, how it come out of the me. Yeah. But if I take one of your example, your ego will get hurt. The purpose will not be served. And this is called appropriateness. It is not that I cannot say this. I cannot give your example, but your example will not serve the purpose. One to one, yes, sometimes. Because if it is still in the blind spot, then it is also the responsibility of the guru or guide to point it out. Yeah. If nothing happens, then only this blunt thing comes. And remember this. This is also true that unless until you are ready, you are in a higher in prospect, guru will not say anything. So if somebody, some spiritual guide is angry with you, you feel that is angry with you, understand that he is working on you. Otherwise, it could not have bothered. In, uh, you know, Rabindranath Tagore, I'm sure all of you know. So there were some kind of younger poets, younger means by age younger, they write some poetry and show it to him for his comments, because uh, he was Vishwakavi, means he's a world-renowned Nobel Prize winner poet. So, there are, he is sitting there in Shanti Niketan, and there are many people coming and visiting him there. So, same day, in the morning, one guy came and he showed some poetry. So he is, he can write very well poetry. So he read his poetry and he says, "What is your view on this one?" So, and Rabindranath Tagore was very angry at him and telling, "Why you did this and did that? That is not correct, and this is not the way to write. And express here is more, and there you have a shortfall in the bhav, means the expression and thing like that. Many points, and all criticism." So then he said, "Okay, okay, I'll try my best to correct those things in my further thing." Then in the same day afternoon, another guy came, and he has written some poetry. Even a child will laugh, to what is written. And Rabindranath Tagore, he listened to him. Same people are sitting. These other people are sitting. They came. I said, "Oh, okay, good, good, very good. All right. Good, carry on." People get surprised. You such a bakwas, poetry, and you didn't say anything. And the guy who is, it may not be the best, not up to your standard, but he is quite good poetry. When you criticized him so much, then he said he has a potential. He can make it. The first person. That's why I criticized him, so that he's still working further to make it better. And the other guy, he doesn't have any hope whatsoever. He can never be a poet. So why should I unnecessarily waste my time, and his ego will get hurt? I said, good, good, and go. So what I'm saying is, these things comes from the appropriateness. The master knows which one to apply where. It may not follow the normal logic, but it serves the higher purpose. Understand this. His action, his words serves the higher purpose, not satisfying somebody's ego. Even you try to avoid the ego, but sometimes ego gets hurt. And in that time, you understand it was necessary. That time the ego should get hurt, because that time the reassessment comes. That time we feel ourselves, okay, let us see, what went wrong. And because that reassessment was necessary, and that was it has been done. So this appropriateness, it cannot be taught as a law. It, as I said, it comes with the awareness. More you are aware of the different factors and higher level factors, then more appropriate you are to address that. And then it serves the higher purpose, not necessarily what people like or don't like or things like that. So, and that is why you can say, I have mentioned several times that this spirituality, it is not an entertainment show. I'm not here to please you with the different things and jargon so that more you will be attracted to me. It is not the purpose. Purpose is higher. Purpose is all of your self-realization. Number doesn't matter. It is not matter ki whether 10 people are listening or 100 are listening or 1000 are listening. It doesn't matter. Even one person life transforms is a success in that sense, from the spiritual guide point of view. Make a difference in somebody else's one life, that's good enough. Okay, so it is not a number game. It is not a how nice somebody talks, or it is how good the person is, or how I can project, I'm top of the group. It is none of those. Okay, it is all your individual unique spiritual journey, that and it is all Guru Mandala is there. They have guided, and that is why when you are here, and you have to only get whatever maximum and find your own way. Your way is unique. Nobody else can actually select it for you. They can guide you. Guide you means like a road direction, but going is up to you. You have a free will. It is up to you to go. So, all right, I think this is about attitude appropriateness. I will go to the next topic, but next attitude. So, if on this, if you have any question, you can unmute and ask me this question.
Rajdeep,
Yes, I will.
I don't know how to frame this question, but I'll try on the flow. So some of our habits are intuitive. So is there to develop an attitude from your instinct, right? Instinctive thing. So is an inward journey can make you feel that you are being selfish. To make the point that, for example, I have it personally, I have no hesitation of saying this. For ego or whatever, I try to jump into trouble, right? For example, I see something not happening, somebody is being beaten up or something is happening. I will jump, I will put myself on the spot and I get into it, right? But now, if I'm conscious, I can think about it and say, this is not for me, right? So I can walk away from it, or I can pray for it. Does it make me selfish that I didn't get into it? And there's a guilt of being selfish that I didn't do, I could have done. Is that ego?
Okay, it's a good question. And, exactly here the appropriateness comes. There is nothing right and nothing wrong here. Okay. What you do, there is nothing right and nothing wrong. I'm explaining now what I'm saying. See, first thing I have always said, many people ask me this, duvidha, like you are in the middle of thinking which way to go. So first thing you need to do, before I go to the duvidha business, first let me tell you, you should not react to any situation. You should respond. Respond means there is a space between the stimulus, what is happening, and how you are reacting. So that is why witnessing is very important in our life, in all aspects. If you do or say something without that space, then we are always under, we will be always being used by the situation rather than we are in control. So take the control in your hand simply by witnessing. Then you decide. If you react, knee-jerk reaction or whatever it is not, forget about spiritual, it will get you into more trouble, and that most likely you will do or say something which is not appropriate. Okay, so first thing is develop that space by witnessing only. So that let me keep that apart for the time being. So that is the technique we follow, all aspects of our life. Now I'm saying how to do about it. When something happened, first thing in the space, if you don't have space, you don't have that option. But if you have that space, what do you do after witnessing? By witnessing, you just quickly assess, say, what is the, if I say or do what I'm going to say or do, will it disturb my peace of mind? After some time, after say 20 minutes, after next one day or next 1 week, next 1 year, the rest of your life, doesn't matter. Whether your peace of mind will get disturbed if you get involved into this. And another one is, it is right thing to do. It is my duty. It is my responsibility. It is the way it should be. So whatever be the context, something is right thing to do and something you will lose your peace of mind if you do that. Always choose peace of mind, your peace of mind. It doesn't worth it to lose your peace of mind after saying or doing something which is right. Okay, many people, they tell me, how can you advise this, that we should not be doing right thing because you are spiritual, you should be telling us, because that is their idea of spirituality. You should be telling us to do right thing, do correct thing, do honest thing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you do something which does not alter or challenge your peace of mind, because your peace of mind is more precious than what do you do right. Like normally I give example in this particular case. Suppose I work in an office, my boss is corrupt. He's stealing company's money and thing like that, and I can see that. It is right thing to do is for me to go and complain against my boss to the higher authorities because he's stealing money from the company. But if I report that, do you think the rest of my life, rest of in my work there will be peaceful? Boss will come to know, and every given opportunity, he will create trouble for me. Maybe I have to resign after that. So in this case, even though my right thing to do is to complain about my boss, but in this case, it will lose my peace of mind. I will not do it. But at the same time, if you can do it without losing your peace of mind, yes, sure, go ahead. Okay, that's what I'm saying, the judging. So now let me give you the spiritual aspect of why not doing the right thing. What is the spiritual connotation of this? Spiritual connotation is whatever you feel it is right or wrong, this is all illusion, this is all Maya. At certain level, those are not true. Those are a drama being set up for you to test you. Okay, so hell will break loose if you don't do the right thing. To be right is an addiction. I learned it after a long times of practice. I need not to be right. First thing, only thing, what my advice is, just check whether it is your direct responsibility or not. If it is not under direct responsibility, you are nobody to take responsibility of that. Somebody is suffering injustice, but you yourself have not created it. You are not directly responsible. Then it is none of your business. That may be karma, that may be something else of that person. You are no one. In our group also, some came and talked to me that about their father was ill, and the brother and sister. So brother was telling to put father into some hospital which is far away from home, and the daughter was telling now better to give this nursing home or hospital which is nearer, so that multiple times we can go from home and give food and take care and thing like that. So finally they have given their father into the clinic which is nearby, and their father expired. And rest of the life the daughter is feeling guilty that because of me, that I have recommended this nearby clinic or hospital. That may not be that good a hospital, it can be because it is nearby, That is the reason the father has died. She is carrying guilty feeling rest of her life. Then I counseled her. Then first thing I need to bring the truth in, and there I need to hammer a little bit of the ego. First thing is, who are you to decide if somebody will live or die? Do you have any in control? If you don't have any control, you have no one to take responsibility of your father's death. Birth and death, when it is chosen by the respective soul, it is none of your business. You don't have any power. Your father, you may be, it may hear very rough, but I'm saying your father could have been slept in the bathroom and died. Forget about giving it to some clinic or hospital. So it is, if soul chooses to leave the body, it can choose any means to do that. It is for that, no need to do all these things. So you are not responsible for your father's death, and because of you took a decision because of your own understanding. You thought it will helpful to your father. If it is close by, you can visit multiple times, other than going 2 hours of journey from one way to visit, and maybe once in a day or something. It is so you took that some decision based on the information available. So you are not responsible. Particularly life and death, you are nobody. Anyway, so that give her some kind of solace. So what I'm saying is that this is, if it is not your direct responsibility, you just do your best, and rest you leave it to divine to take care of it. You are not responsible for anybody else, but except yours. Okay, so that is the understanding of this part, and this is how the appropriateness comes, and appropriateness comes with witnessing. If we are not witnessing our thoughts, words, and actions, then this reaction may create the spoil the broth. So Shaibal, that gives you that answer, or if you have any follow-up question?
Yeah, that gives me the answer. Sure. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
But the question is, I will certainly have some conflict inside me, for sure.
Yeah. So that conflict, first you ask yourself whether it is right thing to do, and it will affect my peace of mind. If you say yes, peace of mind will be affected for next 1 day or 2 days or 1 week or whatever, don't go there.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how right it is.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So anybody else has any question in this regard? Then we'll go to that. Yes, Vasant? Oh, no. Okay, fine. I thought you raised your hand. I thought you would like to ask a question. Okay. All right. Fine. Then we'll go to the next attitude. Next attitude is called, on the spiritual path we get, it is called non-judgmental attitude. Okay. Because this also we learn on the spiritual path. It happens actually. It is not learned. It is, we don't have any effort. It is automatic outcome of your higher level of awareness. The non-judgmental. We don't judge people based on what they say, how they look, how they behave, how they talk. No judgment. Because we connect them at the soul level. At the soul level, all are equal. I mean, power-wise, all are equal. Their paths are different, unique. So, and the lower level, the understanding is their awareness levels are different, not the soul's power. Your soul knows everything. Everybody's soul knows everything. They have chosen to take birth to have certain experience as per the soul's plan, and that's what they're experiencing. So, at the different stages of life, only difference is their own level of awareness. Awareness of who they are. So that's why it is called that nobody is below you, nobody is above you, and nobody is equal to you either, because your paths are unique. And why nobody is below or above, because your soul knows everything. My soul knows everything. Your soul also knows everything. Only you don't have established that connection yet with your soul to get all this information. That makes the difference.
Rasdeep,
Because if
may
you,
I interrupt?
yeah, yes,
Rasdeep, may
yes,
I interrupt you just a minute?
yeah,
This thing that also at soul level everybody is equal. What
yeah,
you said, and you said that the soul at soul level the soul knows everything. But
correct.
a soul, for example, who has taken 100 births and a soul who has
Hmm.
taken 700 births, are they equal in knowledge also?
No, what happened? The experiential understanding is different, but the knowledge remains the same. See, normally I give example when we get graduated from college, we know what the engineering techniques are, what formula to use, and things like that. But when you suppose I wanted to build a power plant, so when I graduated in electrical engineering, I know what the power plant contains and what are the transmission lines and things like motor capacity and all this. Okay, but when I come into the professional life, that gives me experience. Maybe I need to talk to the political leaders before a power plant is set up. That was not taught in the college, right? You need many other things to get approvals for that power plant to get established and work. So there is a difference between a recent graduate in electrical engineering or somebody who has worked in the power industry for 30 years. There is a difference because he makes it happen because he knows the other paraphernalia associated with it. So first case, it is a theoretical knowledge. So when I say all soul knows everything, it is I'm talking about that theoretical knowledge. But it needs to be experienced, and that is what is the difference makes between 100 birds and 700 birds. They become experienced, not more knowledgeable. Okay, same technique, because if somebody is working in that industry, they don't get new formulas, new calculations. The calculation remain the same, but they understand the overall perspective, overall parameter, what are the other factors involved, and they get expert into that. So that implementation is a faster, easier, and efficient. Okay. And one point of time comes when no further experience is needed. It's all understood experientially. Then they move on. They become spiritual beings. They find the exit route because they realize it is I'm just giving and moving in a circles. The same experience happening again and again, it is no use because already we had experienced it earlier. Okay.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Okay. God bless you. So now this is what I was explaining about the non-judgmental attitude. Non-judgmental attitude comes from this understanding or realizing the truth. At soul level, we are all equal. How we are equal? Because we came from the same source. Okay. There only we chosen a different path to experience our, whole soul's journey. Nothing else. All are equal. Or you can say somebody is awakened and somebody is sleeping. If somebody is sleeping, he is not a criminal. He's just sleeping. When he wakes up, he knows who he is. So that is why this non-judgmental attitude. So we don't judge people because of what they say, what they do, and what they behave. Because we know at soul level all are equal. Everybody is powerful. Only till that point of time, he didn't utilize the power. He's walking on the street blindly or in the darkness. That's why he's stumbling and moving in wrong direction again and again and things like that. And we have a torchlight, so who has the awareness, he goes straight. There's only difference. One has that light of awareness, the other has not yet reached there. When the moment they get the light, they will go through. So with ease. So there is no judgment about the person. So it is just a matter of time when he will be aware, and then finally he will go forward. So there is no such thing, or somebody is not having a light and stumbling on the small rocks and things like that, potholes on the road. It is not his fault. Only thing he needs a light. So this is the understanding, and that's why the non-judgmental attitude comes. And the higher level, we know we came from the same source. We'll be going back to the same source. So it in that higher context, it doesn't matter. So there is no right and wrong here. Only the person has chosen a different path, and we respect that path. So there is no judgment. Even in suppose in the spirituality, somebody says, "Oh no, I don't like it." It's okay, fine. Who am I to say, "Oh no, you have to do it"? Your choice. Maybe not now. After 5 years, 10 years, maybe another lifetime. How does it matter? I cannot judge you because the thing you choose or not to choose. Suppose I say I don't believe in God. You don't believe. It's okay. Or you argue this is the correct thing, and which you know it is not the true. Who am I to correct that person? If you're not willing to correct, nothing will happen. In our childhood, they used to say, my mother used to say, if somebody is sleeping, you can wake him up. Like you say, get up, it'll get wet. But if somebody pretending to be asleep, even if you put a alpin in his leg, he will not get up because he's pretending. Okay, so like that. What I'm saying is, you are not responsible. If somebody is pretending, let him pretend, no problem. Who are you to wake him up? But if somebody is interested, you show. It is not your personal challenge or responsibility to make the things right even in the spiritual area, because some has some experience left. They will undergo that and they will come back. It's okay. So everything is okay. Everything is fine. So that is the non-judgmental attitude. So some few days back, my wife was asking, Tanushree was asking about if somebody is misbehaving with you, then how you can possible that you don't react. You have to do something. Yeah. So basically, she's asking how non-judgmental attitude there where somebody is abusing you, and see, still you can do that. It depends upon the way you perceive the situation. So then I have given her an example that then you do one thing. See, there are somebody is saying bad words to you. Okay, that affects you. I'm not saying you deny that you emotionally get affected. I understand that. Then you come to know that person who is giving this abuse, he is mentally imbalanced. He is in an asylum and giving abuse. So how do you feel now? Do you feel revengeful to that person? You will not. You feel sympathy. That बेचारा वो तो ठीक है, उसको mentally disbalanced है, something he's saying things or doing things which is inappropriate, but your whole thing, the perspective changes the moment you know that other person is mentally disbalanced. He needs help, he needs compassion, he needs therapy, but not the strict reaction or some punishments. So now if these things you apply to everybody. Okay, think that whole world is an asylum and everybody is behaving their own way. So you feel compassion to everybody. So that's how the masters do. They don't judge people because they know they're mentally disbalanced, or their ego is talking. So they don't allow somebody else's ego to control their mind. And that's why there's no issues. It doesn't matter, I said. But you are useless, you are stupid, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Because neither you are asking for validation from anyone. You are connected with the truth, connected with the source. It doesn't matter who says something about you and who did something about you, who say do something. This behavior may be a point of talking in a Facebook or WhatsApp, but it is never a topic in the spirituality. Because you are self-realized, you know who you are. It doesn't matter somebody approves or doesn't approve. Okay, you got liberated from that level. And also, you also react with the same way. We don't judge people based on how, as I said, how they look or what they say, what is their accent and what, nothing. Because at soul level, we are all equal. Or in other way of thinking is, think those as parameters which will be taken away or revised when a person dies. So any kind of judgment based on those factors are futile, you're useless. So that's why the name, your designation, or your culture, your family background, your nationality doesn't matter. It's
Rajendra, Nimai here.
yes, Nimai.
Okay, so what you are telling, that definitely understood at a spiritual level, but let me take an specific example in a corporate world. They are
Mm-hmm.
in a particular meeting or in a instances, so something
Mm-hmm.
happened and you remained reactionless. So in that case, the relevant people, that may be your superior, maybe your colleague, they may they may perceive you differently, that why this guy remain reactionless, he should have talked this, etc., etc. So
Yeah.
that is a perception and as well as a expectation management to some extent. So
Yeah.
what should be our
Good. Good question. See, let me explain it to you. What I'm talking now is a spirituality, your inner journey, inner world, your inner progress. Their ego is a obstacle. But when you take the matter in the outside world, then your ego is needed, because otherwise you cannot operate in the external world. So now if I strictly go to the outer world, what Nimai's question is, so everywhere, take it as a game. Whatever external world factors, you take it as a game and play the rules of that game. Don't bring spirituality into it, because you are not here, you are not joined the corporate world to get self-realized. They have some corporate targets to make the company profits and things like that. Or so it's okay to do that. But from my experience of that, my professional life and this particular respect, my practical advice is, give your view. Make sure your view is noted, but don't push it. Just record it and leave it there, so that people know what your view is and you are not silent. At the same time, somebody can overrule it, let it be.
Yeah,
That time, don't push it further.
yes, I take your point positively. And what you were telling earlier also about that you complain, etc. I have my personal experience. What you are telling is right. Always complaining the right thing doesn't work. Many times it
Yeah,
just become a boomerang for you.
yeah. So make sure you politely record your view. Don't be silent in this case. Okay. And then don't push it. Let somebody overrule it. That's okay. But in case that the rebuff comes, then you can show that what you told that time. That is the time you have to explain, not in the meeting. In the meeting, if you explain that, that means you are pushing your ideas on others. You are imposing. That part you don't do. That's all.
But Rajdeep and perhaps Nima as well, You will be surprised. There's a trending topic on LinkedIn, just I read today. It used to be the perception that the vocal member of on the table is the ones who are making contributions. They are apparently deemed or seem to be knowledgeable, but things are changing. They're looking for silent members who apparently they are reaching out even after these meetings to see what their views are. So I think that react versus response things is coming to the other areas of the work as well. So interesting. And I'm always vocal on the table, but I'm now thinking about all this. I'm changing myself. I have to hold back some of my thoughts. So.
All right. Just what I'm
Yeah,
saying is,
that's a brilliant thing.
so play. Every situation, every company, every this corporate setup is different. So you play the game. It's a game. But what I'm saying is that you contribute as well as make sure that your ego doesn't come into the play. Means if you are pushing something, means here your ego has been arised and your ego is challenged. You feel that somebody else is challenging your knowledge and your authority level or whatsoever. I'm not going into that. So I'm talking, be careful about that, and that's it. So just leave it there. But you record your view. There is no point you should not record your view. So you record your view and move on. Okay. All right. So now I think non-judgmental attitude, what I explained is clear. And the third one, what I'm going to discuss today is attitude of flexibility. That is also, it is also linked, in fact, to the other two. So flexibility means rigidity is not spiritual. Okay. You should be flexible because whole energy is flowing. It cannot be stagnant. So everything is changing. Everything is, the day and night happens. The river flows. The tree grows. So change is there everywhere. Okay. Any kind of rigidity is not spiritual. You need to grow. Even the saying says, no, either grow or perish. So that is true. So energetically, so be in the flow. Many a time I have advised many of you, maybe one to one, when even for personal advice, I said go with the flow, because your situation will always change. Your viewpoint, maybe one time it is appropriate, maybe after 2 years it will not, doesn't matter. Okay, so be ready to be flexible, and that flexibility automatically comes. Even it comes to that level that the spiritual people always ready to learn also. There is, even who are not aware, they say that I have learned enough. That is not enough. More you grow in this awareness, you realize many things you don't know. Like Newton, at the end of his life, he said, in the ocean of knowledge, what in my life, I have just collected few granules of sand in the beach. That's what he feels about his life of knowledge he gathered. So this shows that the realized person, that it is always open for learning. You should be always flexible. There'll be still something, because things are changing. Something is applicable, means just like, say, year 2019, whatever travel plan you make, you cannot make the same plan in 2020, right? But things have changed. I'm just giving a blunt example. So you have to be flexible. You cannot stick to the same kind of travel plans and same kind of activities what you have chosen last year. I'm not saying here you don't have a right to do that. And again, right and wrong will bog you down, because it will change your peace of mind, that I explained earlier. Be flexible. It will be easier, for you to experience life rather than rigid on anything. So be open, be reassess, And in fact, in the spiritual journey, we said refresh your awareness moment by moment. Even the awareness of the last moment is not the same as the next moment or the next breath. So when we practice in 6-step meditation that Sandhikal Jagruta, the full cycle of awareness, or the one before, which is Ninantar Jagruta, and the continuous awareness of the thoughts, then continuous awareness of these things. These are the practices so that you can refresh your awareness at every moment. And it is called eternal vigilance by Dada Gavan's terminology. He's used Guruji Prem Nirmal's Guru, our Param Guru, not in Kriya, but other spirituality. Dada Gavan's eternal vigilance. So this is the thing, means every moment you have to be aware, spiritually aware. So this gives you that flexibility needed at that particular moment. And this is high level spiritual, but in general, try to be flexible, try to be accommodative. Don't stick to right and wrong, because in higher level, there is no right and wrong. These are all experiences. So if you rigid, it is like putting a stone in the flow of a river. So what will happen that, initially you may like to block that water, but slowly water level will rise up at a certain level. Either it will overflow, it will bypass you, or it will have enough force to move you around and make its path away. So flow will never stop. You can little bit disturb the flow, but otherwise the energy flow will always go on, move on. So better to go with the flow and enjoy the ride. Okay, so that is the attitude of flexibility. Okay, so that completes our today's topic. So learning sessions. If any further question, you can put forward. Then we go for our Kriya and meditation for today. All right. So if there is no question, go with Kriya and meditation practice now.
Rajdev,
yes, Devu.
I have a small question. This is on the first topic that you discussed last Saturday. This is friendliness with uncertainty.
Uncertainty, yes. Yeah.
Yes. So, if I understand correctly, uncertainty is there, but so far as date of birth and date of death, we may not be knowing. We may not be knowing, but is it correct that those are fixed?
Here I have to write attitude of flexibility. Okay. So see, what happens is those are fixed. Those are fixed by the soul. Okay. Yeah. But because soul has a plan. Okay. Soul has a plan, but this is also true that you have and soul plan will enact accurately if you are moving beyond karma. Like if karmic account is closed, only then soul plan will act perfectly.
Okay.
But if you have a karmic account into play, then you may play with that soul's plan, because karma need to be settled as well. Okay, suppose in my soul's plan that there was maybe there was no, I have a certain time of death is defined, but I did some blunder, I murdered somebody and police caught me and I get hanged. That time that will change because of my karma. I can create something which may interfere into soul's plan.
Okay, so that is flexible as well.
That is flexible, depends on your karma. But if you're spiritually aware, then what happens? The karma doesn't, new karma, kriyaman karma doesn't come. You don't accumulate. So it goes as per plan.
Okay.
But as you have a free will, you can take some action on your own that can change that plan. So in that case, it is not fixed in that sense. It is there, but you still have a free will to do something about it. That is also true, because these two things runs in parallel. If you say that we have gone beyond karma, then it's fine. It's all as per plan. Okay, means suppose somebody told some astrologer told you that somebody that you have a 10 more years to live. Then you go to the 10th floor and jump. Because of their action, it will be imminent death. That plan of 10 years will not apply, because you have taken some action, and that action will have its own reaction.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so that is the understanding part of it. In general, it will follow. In general, it is fixed. But what I am saying is this is not a foolproof thing. Because of our free will, we can change our future. Because the action we take may change this.
Right.
That is also parallelly that thing runs. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yes, Aditi.
I have one question in connection to what Devu has asked. That in most of the cases, humans program life continues as per soul's plan, or how much percentage uh, is as per free will? Normally, is there any general statistics?
No, there is no general rule. So that's why our advice is to get out of this karmic thing altogether. Okay, karmic account need to be closed. And otherwise, because when they will download the prarabdha karma and all, because in the workshop I give this understanding of the three types of karma: sanchita karma, prarabdha karma, and kriyaman karma. Sanchita karma, to get reduced, is the meditation. Meditate, you get those seeds. Kriyaman karma, prarabdha karma, which is downloaded, which is affecting your life. Best way to deal with it is do kriya regularly. The kriya we practice. So the Sushumna Nadi is clean, it cannot affect you. Even if it is downloaded, it will not affect you. And Kriyaman karma, which we are doing something now, which action will get it future, or sometimes instantaneous. If we jump from 10th floor, action will be instantaneous. So those things, only awareness can prevent you for future karma. So be in the awareness, meditate to burn the old karmas, and do kriya regularly, so that your Sushumna Nadi is clean, so that whatever getting downloaded is not affecting your life.
But most of the people, I think, most of the people do not have that awareness at all, no? How much percentage of people belong to that category, that who is having, at least trying to, get the awareness and all? That percentage is, I think, very low.
Yes, you are right. But what I am saying is, the help is available. Help will not come if you don't ask for it. If you have not chosen spiritual path, it will not happen. See, creation is no hurry. It can wait up to millennia till everybody get it. Okay. Another maybe 40, 50,000 and another 100, 200 lifetime people can have. There is no hurry in that. We have to choose to take the help or take this learning and then grow. Nobody else will do it. Many are not coming there, and that is you are right, and they will have the consequences. They will have undergo the same experiences again and again in the different lifetimes.
I am saying so because in that case, so much of wrongdoings and so much of killings or whatever all bad things will not happen. Na? If people are so much of having the awareness about everything, then so much people. I mean, the world. At present, the world is full of bad people. Na? So in
Correct.
that case, all the good people will prevail only, na? That's why I'm telling.
No, means good people will not prevail here. Good people will leave this earth. Okay.
So that will create more back to the earth.
No, it's not back to that. Means because their learning will be faster. Okay. There's more friction. The learning will be much faster. Here, what I was telling earlier that first you think whether it is direct responsibility to change these people, the people of the world. If it is not direct, don't bother. Okay, they will take care of the creator. Only thing, you be aware and get detached from it so that it doesn't affect you. Okay, you are no one to say what is good and what is bad for the world. When the higher level of spiritual things, they see everything is perfect. Everything has a purpose and doing it. Even something is painful has a purpose. Suppose you have a a small kata in your leg. It's painful, but remember, imagine the scenario. There is a small thorn. It can be simply take it out and go. Suppose you are not aware there is a kata. You get it on your feet, on your foot when stepping on somewhere. So what will happen if you don't have the pain? You will not, your attention will not go there. So that small kata will finally, it becomes form a gangrene, and it come to a level when your leg may be amputated because you never realize there is something. So pain has its own purpose. And when the pain is massive, what is happening now, the time of mass ascension has come. Apparently, it looks like something is going in the other direction, but it is not true. If you see last 10 years, number of people, they have opted for spirituality is remarkable. It didn't happen the 10 year before.
That's good. But that is what I was saying.
Between 2000 and 2010, the people, they come to the spirituality. And the people between 2001 and 2020, 2011 and 2020 is remarkable.
That is very good sign.
So that is happening. What I'm saying is it is not visible because nobody is doing marketing on that. So it's fine. Okay. No news channel is talking about that. It is fine. It's okay. But mass ascension is happening.
Yeah.
And now let me talk about, as you bring the topic, what is happening to the world. What I asked this question to Babaji. I think in long time back, it is in the Facebook. If you go to the old posting, it should be there somewhere. So I asked Babaji why we see so much of suffering in this world, so much of negativity, so much of wrongdoing, so much of killing, and in the name of something. Okay. So then what Babaji is saying is that the world is undergoing the labor pain. Mother Earth is undergoing the labor pain to deliver the new world. So don't complain about pain and what is the thing the mother is undergoing during delivery, basically, or during this pregnancy. But when the result will come, then all will be worth for. This whole the pain, whatever undergone of this period, will be worth for that delivery. Okay, so don't judge with the pain and during pregnancy what mother is undergoing at this moment. So don't judge about with the pain and the suffering. The result it will prove it is worth it to give that kind of thing, that kind of era of humanity. Okay, so that is the right understanding.
Because due to the wrongdoing of bad people, only the good people are suffering, na. That's why my question.
No, that is right. What I'm saying is that is why the people, they don't know that, because earlier understanding of cause and effect is not working.
Yeah.
And that is one of the fundamental question I have asked when I joined spirituality. The why bad people are enjoying life and good people are suffering. That's what we see from our experiences. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the answer is there in the spirituality. When you see the overall perspective, not the cases, independent cases. And just remember that karma is not going anywhere. Cheating is temporary, pleasure is temporary, karma is permanent. It will not leave you. It will go lifetime after lifetime to face these consequences of that. And just to give you an understanding of somebody has, suppose they born in some war-torn area, suppose in Syria border something, that every night there's a bombardment and thing like that. They are suffering without any fault of their apparently.
Exactly.
But understand that at soul level, we choose. We know everything. We know what future, what is coming. We still choose to take birth there. We take the parents there. So why we'll consciously do that? We'll consciously do that because because what happens is that suppose in previous lifetime I have murdered maybe 50 people, some lifetime. So I have to face the same pain 50 times to get out of that karma. That means I need 50 lifetimes of mine to face that pain of the death in every lifetime. So it takes 50 lifetime. But soul then calculates, if I take birth in something plus Somalia or war-torn country and poor condition, every night when that bombardment and things will happen, I get that fearful thing. So the 50 lifetimes of karma will get it neutralized in one lifetime. Every night we'll be having that fear of death, and it can imminent death. We can face that, we can experience that, then it goes. So what apparently we are thinking we are suffering, it may not be. It may be the soul's plan to neutralize something. As I given the example of that kata thrown, it is painful, but it has a purpose. Only thing we need to understand the purpose, not to judge about it or, so why it is giving me so much pain. It's giving so much pain so that you give attention. Attention dissolves it. Okay, so it is just a mechanism to draw attention. All right. Okay. So, okay. God bless you. So, fine. So, we'll now go into our meditation, Kriya and meditation. So, sit straight.